This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bird on this digital sports dinner presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And after a night off from the entire league, we got a ton of hockey Friday, including every Canadian team in the Western Conference. And if the playoffs started today, the Oilers would be the only Canadian team in the West to miss the postseason. Now, a lot can change between now and May, and despite the standings at the moment, the odds makers aren't believing what they're seeing. As per FanDuel, the Oilers actually have the best odds to win the Cup, while the Flames are down below with teams like the Flyers. Safe to say another slow Edmonton start is not scaring the odds off just yet, but the Oilers haven't been consistent at all, with 3 losses in their last 5 games. When looking at the best team in Canada, though, it's no question it's the Jets. They may be the best team in the league. They've scored more goals in the entire NHL and have the best goal differential. Now, if you're looking for negatives when it comes to Edmonton, it's not McDavid and Draisaitl, as both stars are dominating with a combined 27 goals and 58 points. It's the depth that's been the biggest issue. Only one forward has double-digit points. And after career highs last season for Zach Hyman, he scored just 3 goals in 20 games. At this time last year, he already had 12 goals. In comparison to Winnipeg, that's actually a strength for them, as they have 11 players with double-digit points, 9 of them forwards. And while Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele are giving them the same production McDavid and Draisaitl are giving Edmonton, we gotta wonder, why aren't the odds makers taking Winnipeg more seriously? History has proven that Edmonton starts low, goes high, Winnipeg starts high, ends low, and I'm just hoping that's what plays out this time. Those of you in the Jets region can watch Winnipeg in Vegas tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 7:30 Central.
Breaking news! Auston Matthews says that he is planning to play in tomorrow's game against the Lightning. Matthews was on the top line at Leafs practice today, as well as on the first power play unit. Matthews last played November 3rd against the Wild.
Time now for M&M'S Huddle. So let's huddle with our home team and look ahead to some awards in the NFL. And who better to join us than our guy and resident Broncos fan, Luca Celebre.
What's happening, Marissa?
Okay, Luca, your Broncos are a big focal point of things today, because we're going to start with Rookie of the Year. The way the season started, it looked like Jaden Daniels was going to run away with this thing. But Bo Nix has played himself into the conversation. What does Nix have to do to surpass Daniels?
I think he's kind of already surpassed them in a way with the last stretch of games that he's played, but I think if he were ultimately to win this award, probably going to have to lead the Broncos to the playoffs. I think whatever team gets there out of Washington or Denver will maybe have a big say in voters' minds as to who they roll with for this award. But if Bo Nix just continues to play like he has and feast on these kind of mediocre teams, which Denver has 2 of them coming up in Cleveland and Indy, the stats should be there, and hopefully the playoff appearance will too.
Okay, let's talk MVP. Last year, Josh Allen had the stats, but Lamar Jackson had the record. This year, Allen has the record, but Jackson's got the stats. Who is your MVP and why?
My MVP is Lamar Jackson. Sorry, Hein, you're going to be really upset about that one, and so every Buffalo Bills fan out there. But Lamar Jackson is the 3-time MVP for me, and I think it's because he is singularly the most valuable player in football. Derrick Henry is doing incredible things, but I think the reason why he is because of the gravity Lamar Jackson has and how you play Lamar Jackson different than anyone else. And not to mention, his stats as a passer this year are the best of his career. So he is really, truly, finally silencing the critics that still for some reason think he can't pass the ball, because that has been his main weapon this year, and I feel like that is why he deserves to win MVP.
Okay, Luca, now tell us about this sweet TSN Plus deal.
That's right, Risser. M&M'S is offering a 1-month subscription to TSN Plus for free with the purchase of any participating product. Learn more at marscontest.ca/rules and go huddle with your home team and enjoy some of these delicious M&M products as well. You know what? Might just have to crack into one myself right here. Stand by for effect. These are tough to open, my friend. Nothing like an early morning. What color are we gonna get? Wow, we got blue. I mean, the Broncos are navy blue, so. I don't know. Yeah, come on, come here. Fuck, you want one?
No, I want it. Okay, I got a game.
All right. Later, Risser.
Thanks, boys. Those M&Ms are supposed to come back to me to enjoy for week 13. But I guess not. I already know they're done. And a lot of those games you can watch on TSN and CTV, including this unreal triple header Sunday. It starts at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with the Steelers and Bengals, followed by the Eagles and Ravens. And then Sunday night, we got the Niners and Bills. And we just got some fallout from yesterday's Thanksgiving catastrophe in Detroit, as Matt Eberflus has been fired by the Bears. This is the first time in their 100-plus year franchise history that they've made an in-season coaching change. As we just talked about, Week 13 is off to a wild start, as we had some fireworks on American Thanksgiving yesterday. But we still have a great slate this weekend with a ton of betting nuggets to get to. So let's put 40 seconds on the play clock and do some fast facts for Week 13. Okay, we got 40 seconds on the board, and we're starting right now. The Bills have won each of the last 9 games coming off a bye. That's 9-0 record. That 9-0 record is the best in the NFL since 2015. Buffalo are 6.5 point favorites, 6.5 point favorites Sunday night against San Fran, and minus 320 on the money line. Josh Allen is 19-2 in December, January in the regular season since 2020. Allen leads the NFL in 56 total TDs in December and January since 2020. He's currently plus 150 to win the MVP on FanDuel. Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry are tied for NFL lead with 5 games of 125 more rush yards this season. No other player in the NFL has more than 2 games. Barkley to rush for 125 pays, plus 270 on FanDuel, while Henry to hit the mark is plus 340. The Bengals are 0-6 against teams. Okay, I knew I wasn't going to be good because I flubbed the first line. So the second you trip out the gate, you're just flailing. That was a full flail. I apologize to everyone who believes in me, and for those who want to see me fail, you won today. Now joined by our guy, Tim Hauraney. Great to see you, Tim.
Hey, Marissa, how are you? Thanks very much for having me.
Max may have locked up the Drivers' Championship in Vegas, but with 2 races to go, the Constructors Championship is still up for grabs, so set the stage for this weekend.
Okay, first off, the Constructors Championship, or Teams Championship, is extremely important to all of these teams to do well in it because there is so much money involved at the end of the season. Reportedly, last year, Red Bull Racing coming away with $140 million. I mean, that's huge to put into your team for the next season. As for the 2 teams that are involved, McLaren and Ferrari, both of them fighting for that top spot. Neither one of them have won a Constructors Championship in well over a decade. I spoke with Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's drivers, and they told me just how important it is to them for this team to come away with the Constructors title. There's 24 points separating McLaren and Ferrari in the standings this weekend in Qatar, track that suits McLaren. So for both Ferrari drivers, they have to be pitch perfect the entire weekend and not lose any ground so they can take this fight to the final race in Abu Dhabi next weekend.
Timothy, a pleasure as always.
Marissa, tell producer Chris I said thanks.
And you can watch the Qatar Grand Prix Sunday on TSN. Coverage begins at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. That's it for me today. We will see you right back here Monday. Have a great weekend.